something very, very important, not only from the point of view of your exams, that is your theory paper, also very important from the point of your practicals, because in your practicals, in spotting, one of the experiment is analysis of a pedigree chart. Okay, and how do you analyze a pedigree chart? First of all, how do you start analyzing? And I've found out a very good video regarding this. So all those who are not doing their assignments, please do your assignment and go through those videos. I've really taken pains to select those videos. I've given you a very good video regarding analysis of pedigree chart. It is even better than what I'm discussing here. Okay, this is an elongated method, but that video is really nice, how to analyze a pedigree chart. So kindly follow the steps of that videos. First of all, in a pedigree chart, we have to find out, because how the question comes in both. Two types of question come from pedigree chart. First type of question is they give you a pedigree chart and then they ask you, okay, analyze, find out which type of disease is this pedigree chart representing, whether it is representing an autosomal recessive or an autosomal dominant trait, okay, or it is representing a sex-linked dominant or sex-linked recessive trait. Fine. Second thing is what probable diseases can be represented by, or the transmission of which probable diseases can be represented by such a pedigree chart. So this is the first type of question you get. The second type of question which you get in boards is you are asked to create a pedigree chart. Fine. A family history is given to you up till 2 to 3 generation, and then they tell you, okay, this female was a carrier or this male was a carrier, and this way the diseases, the particular disease transmitted, and then find out what could be the possible disease. Okay, so this is the second type of question. Now, if suppose the first type of question comes, now you know how to create a pedigree chart that we did yesterday. Now, how to analyze a pedigree chart, because in practical also a pedigree chart will be kept in the spotting, and you will be asked to analyze that pedigree chart and tell any probable diseases about or related to that pedigree chart. So determine if the pedigree chart shows an autosomal or X-linked traits. Okay, how will you find out? The first step you must do is to find out, because we'll be studying about the diseases, the chromosomal diseases, the Mendelian disorders and the non-Mendelian disorders. And then we will come to know that these disorders can be classified into 2 categories. First is X-linked related and second is autosomal traits. Okay, so first in a pedigree chart, you must try to find out whether the disease is an autosomal disease, that is, it is carried, the genes for that disease is carried by the autosomes, or the gene for that disease is present on the X chromosome. Fine. So you have to find out whether it is an autosomal or X-linked disease. How will you find this out? If most of the males in the pedigree are affected, then the disease is X-linked. Okay, so if you count the number of affected males, that is the ones which are the boxes which you have colored from inside. So you count the number of males and then you count the number of females who are affected. If suppose more number of males in the entire pedigree chart are affected than the females, then the chances are that the disease is X-linked. Why? Because males have only one X chromosome. So if even a single diseased X chromosome goes in the males, it will result in that disease. Okay. Second is, if there's a 50-50 ratio between men and women, approximate, see, we do not use exactly 50% here, but approximately round off the ratio is coming as 50-50, then it will be a case of autosomal disease. Okay, so first aapne find out kariya whether it is a X-linked or an autosomal disease, because obviously we make these pedigree chart for chromosomal diseases, okay, or diseases which are getting transmitted. Then is interpreting the pedigree chart. Yes. Yes.
Ma'am, why not Y-linked? The disorder can be Y-linked if most of the men are having.
Yes, Y-linked diseases. Have you ever come across any Y-linked disease, Aditya? There are hardly any, rarely any Y-linked genes. That is why when we use the term sex-linked genes, we relate it to only X chromosome, because the Y chromosome has only the gene for maleness, and there are very, very few, very, very rare diseases which are caused because of Y chromosome. Okay, so that you will do when you go for graduation, post-graduation. Otherwise, this is much beyond your syllabus. Even in NEET, you will not get Y-linked diseases. Okay, because there are hardly any diseases which are Y-linked. Fine. So interpreting now, next thing, now we come to know that after doing this calculation, first thing we come to know whether it is autosomal or it is sex-linked. The second thing we have to know is whether the disease is a dominant trait or a recessive trait. Now, what do you mean by a dominant trait or a recessive trait? A dominant trait will express itself. For example, capital T, small t. एक भी capital T है मतलब tallness gene was there. So tallness was dominant. और recessive characters अपने आप को कब show करते हैं? जब दोनों homozygous condition में हो. Okay? So if the disease is able to show itself even in a heterozygous condition, यानी कि we are talking about humans here. Humans में से जो pair of chromosome है उसमें किसी एक chromosome पर भी disease gene present है, then also the person is suffering from the disease, then we call it as X-linked dominant trait. अगर दोनों ऑटोसोम्स में से किसी भी ऑटोसोम पर डिजीज की जीन प्रेजेंट है एंड द डिजीज इज एक्सप्रेसिंग इटसेल्फ, वी कॉल इट एज ऑटोसोमल डोमिनेंट ट्रेट. ओके, और अगर उसके दोनों क्रोमोसोम्स पर जो जीन्स की कॉपीज हैं वो दोनों ही डिजीज्ड वाली जीन्स हैं, only then the disease is caused, then we call it as the recessive trait. Okay, इसीलिए X-linked traits are caused in men so commonly. That is why we are seeing that if suppose majority of the males are affected, then it can be X-linked. Why so? क्योंकि दूसरा X chromosome होता ही नहीं है. तो अगर एक भी diseased वाला X chromosome आ गया, the disease will show itself. Fine. Both in case of recessive diseases also. Okay. So if the disorder is dominant, one of the parent must have the disorder. अब हमें देखना है पूरे pedigree chart को ध्यान से देखना है. ऐसा तो नहीं है कि both the parents are unaffected और तब भी child में disease हो रही है. Okay, because coloring हम किस basis पे करते हैं? Morphological characters के basis पे करते हैं. Okay, so we try to see what type of color is present in the boxes of the parents. If both parents are non-colored and carrier नहीं है, हमें पता नहीं है, carrier तो हमें बाद में पता चलता है, they are non-affected, still the child is suffering from the disease. इसका मतलब that disease is a, what type of disease it is? It must be a recessive trait, क्योंकि अगर उसकी एक एक कॉपी तो पेरेंट्स में रही होगी, इसीलिए वो चाइल्ड में आया, और पेरेंट्स में उसकी एक कॉपी होने के बावजूद it did not affect, that disease did not show itself, मतलब it is a recessive disorder. Okay, और अगर disease is occurring only when any one of parent is affected, then it must be a dominant disorder. Okay, so these are some of the basic things, some of the 4 basic points we have to keep in mind. I'll quickly repeat. सबसे पहले आप find out करोगे कि disease X-linked है या autosomal है. उसके लिए what you will do, you will count the number of affected males colored up squares. अगर the number of males which are affected are much more than the number of females, affected females, so chances are, again please 100% surety तब भी नहीं होती है. It is a ruling out method. ठीक है, तो तब भी ऐसा हो सकता है कि प्योर ऑटोसोमल डिजीज निकल जाए, बट द चांसेस आर मोर देन 50% चांसेस आर दैट इट विल बी अ X-linked trait. सेकंड थिंग इज कि अगर 50-50 रेशियो है, दैट मींस बोथ मेन एंड फीमेल इक्वल नंबर ऑफ मेन एंड फीमेल आर, men and women are affected, तो it must be an autosomal trait. सेकंड थिंग हमें फाइंड आउट करना है व्हेट इज डोमिनेंट और रिसेसिव. डोमिनेंट और रिसेसिव के लिए how will we find out? If at least one of the parent is affected, then the child is getting the disease, matlab it must be a, what type of a disease it must be a dominant disorder. And if none of the parents, kahin bhi aisa hame dikh raha hai ki both parents jo hain they were not affected, I'm not using the word carrier here, both of the parents were not affected, still the child has developed the disease, means it is a recessive disorder. Okay, got it? So this is how we interpret. We'll not go into that detail. I'll share this file with you. Otherwise, rules for inherited autosomal diseases need not go into details. With the help of these points only, you will be able to analyze. So let us do further. First of all, we'll study about the different types of disorders. Okay. So pedigree analysis. Everybody has understood the pedigree analysis. Okay. Pedigree analysis is clear to everybody. How do we analyze a pedigree chart? This is clear. Fine. Is it clear? Okay. Just give me a minute. Is the host? Okay, fine. So I'll proceed. So now, how do you find out the human genetic disorders? What different types of human genetic disorders are there. There are two types of human genetic disorders. And what are these two types? The first type is the chromosomal disorders. Okay, what do you mean by chromosomal disorders? Okay, yes, what do you mean by chromosomal disorders? Genetic disorders, obviously, which are caused by any defects present in the chromosomes. Okay, now these chromosomal disorders can be of two types. First is it can be autosomal or it can be present in the sex chromosome. Okay, so these disorders can be either present in the autosomes, because as we studied before, in humans there are how many autosomes and how many sex chromosomes are there? Who will tell me quickly? Who will tell me the number of autosomes and number of sex chromosomes? How many total pair of chromosomes are there? There are 22 pairs of autosomes and 1 pair of sex chromosomes. That means 44 autosomes and 2 sex chromosomes are there. And if a disease is occurring because of any change in one of those autosomes, then it is known as an autosomal disease or an autosomal disorder. And if it is occurring because of changes in the sex chromosome, then it will be called as a sex chromosomal abnormalities. Okay, now before we go into the details of these autosomal abnormalities and chromosomal sex chromosomal abnormalities, first of all, how do these abnormalities they arise? How do these abnormalities arise in an individual? So these abnormalities may arise because of mutation. What are mutations? Mutations are any wanted or unwanted changes caused in the DNA. Okay, and these changes may be caused because of variety of factors. You know, UV rays also have the ability to cause skin cancers. How do they cause skin cancers? Because they cause mutation in the DNA. Why was the falling of atomic bomb such a big problem? Why it created such a havoc even after years when this spelling of atom bomb was done? Yes, Aditya?
Reflection is coming on the board.
Reflection is coming on the board. Okay, just give me a minute.